Hello and welcome to the screencast for EDU 601. This is class 4 and we're going to go through EdPuzzle today. I'm going to show you one of the excellent tools that I like to use in my classroom that will help you with in-flipping or out-flipping if you choose. But it's a great way to shrink the classroom and have one group working on a video project. You get to be kind of the teacher in two places. And as the teacher, while one group is maybe watching a video, you can work with a smaller group on something on a more independent basis. So I'm going to start with a quick screen share here and jump over to this screen, and I'm going to show you from my school account what this would look like. So the first thing that I'm going to do is drop into EdPuzzle. So I go to edpuzzle.com. And I'm already logged in, so I'm going to start from 0 here. The first thing you want to do is you don't need to sign up here. You just go log in. It's going to ask you if you're a teacher or student. You, in this case, are a teacher. But you can sign in as a teacher or student. Then you want to click the Google button to sign in with your Google account. Nice and simple there. This is also the way that I have my students sign in. They just sign in with their Google account, and it's very easy for them to get to what they need. So you can see here that I've got several classes here, class of 2016, 17, 2015, and so forth. And you can see some of the videos that I have assigned to them. So for instance, sometimes I assign videos when I am gone. And if I have a sub, this is an easy sub plan. But then if I am there, I usually use it as a way to shrink the classroom. So if I take a look at this, I can look at progress here, and I can see the students who have watched it and kind of see what they have done on this. I have no more to grade, but if I have essays to grade, I can kind of look here and I can see what's already happened on here. I can see who's made it and who's missed it. So the feedback is excellent. If you have multiple choice questions, it grades them for you. And then if you have essay questions, you either do the check or the X to whether it's right. Unfortunately, it's a bit binary in its answer, so you're either right or you're wrong. So I usually just give students the benefit of the doubt. But so for instance, this question was about something that happened in the video. The students have a short answer to it. There were several short answer questions throughout the video. There were also several multiple choice questions that were in the video. And I can kind of look at like a student who did well here, and you can see that, hey, he got this question right. That was a multiple choice question. He got a short answer right. He did miss this question here, multiple choice, but he got this multiple choice question. And so you can see it's a mix of multiple choice questions and open response questions. So that's the basics of what EdPuzzle is. What does that video look like from a student perspective? Here's what it looks like. All of these little green points are questions in the video. And when I played the video, apparently I can't skip on this one, so I won't be able to show you. I might have to get a different video. But as I play the video, it just plays normally like it would on YouTube. And then when I hit, I'm going to hit mute there. As I go through the video here, I'll wait till it gets to the point in the video that has a question. But it's a very nice interface, whether you're on an iPad or whether you're on a computer. As soon as it hits this little green mark, it will stop the video automatically, and the first question will pop up. So this question is about, why does one grasshopper survive? You can see stop, and there's the question right here on the side, and then the student would just answer and then press submit, and that's kind of what it looks like from a student perspective. So the concept is very simple. You can put questions, you can put audio comments, you can put all sorts of things into a video, and then students can then answer it and watch. Here's another one here, and you can see this one has like audio comments in there. And so the yellow means that this is an audio comment. So as a teacher, if you need to give some extra insight into something that's happening in a video, you can then do that with this. So I'll show you how to do that. So the first thing that we're going to do, and once you sign in as a teacher, you're going to come to this screen right here, and it's going to ask you to search for a video. Now you can search on EdPuzzle. EdPuzzle has a lot of videos that are pre-made, so you can see here these are a bunch of Spanish ones and land use and all sorts of videos that already have questions on it. If you see a little green mark over it, that means it has questions on it, so you can just kind of take a look at it, look through the questions that are on here, kind of see what questions, if you like the questions. And then if you want it, you can then copy it, or you can just use it as is. So if you copy it, one of the things you can do is modify the questions. So if you don't like a particular question, you can modify it and use it however you choose. So that's a really handy feature. A lot of people have already made EdPuzzle, so you don't have to go through the process of doing all of them. The other thing here you see is like this little scissors, and that means that part of the video has been cut, and I'll explain that in the next section here. Now, EdPuzzle is great to search, but YouTube is actually, you know, probably where you want to start. So if you have a video on YouTube, you can just paste in the URL here, or you can search directly from here. So if I wanted to do a you know, a video on like how to sand a wood floor, sanding wood floors, I would look here, and so it looks like, hey, there's a lot of video on sanding wood floors. Now, I have watched several of these already. I want to go to this one right here. So I can kind of take a look at this one, and I'll click on it, and I can, you know, scrub through the video and see if it's a video that I want here, if it's the actual video. All right.
On how to sand a floor.
Okay. Oh, that's how to finish a floor without sanding. So, whoops, that's not the video that I want. I want to how to refinish your wood flooring. Maybe this is the one I want. Equipment rental. Actually, this one looks pretty good here too. Let's try this one here. Yep, definitely ready to be refinished. Sanding. So let's see. He's going to show us how to do all this here using the sander. Excellent. This looks like a handy video that I want to try. All right, so I will use this video. I click use it. Now one of the cool things here is you get to this screen. After you choose a video to use, you can now edit it. And I really like the edit feature because it allows you to take out points of the video that you don't really need. So you can grab this little slider right here, and if you slide it forward, it's going to go now. I don't want this introductory part of the video. It's kind of just looking at all the sand buffer paper. I want to get right to the main part of the video where they're actually doing some sanding. Okay, and it's kind of talking about all this. Let's just say I wanted to start the video here. Now at the end of the video, I'm not sure what's at the end of the video here, but I can kind of take a look. And he's kind of looking at like the cost of things. I'm not really worried about that. I want to get just to the whole main point of the video. So I can chop off parts at the beginning, and I can chop off parts at the end. Now sometimes people say, oh, what if I want to chop off something in the middle? The only way to chop off something in the middle is if you use the video twice, and you can edit to the part of the video that you want in the first part, delete the second part, and then have the second part. You basically have to take the video into two parts. So you would create two EdPuzzles instead of one if you wanted to take out something in the middle. The next button that you'll see up here on the track is an audio track. I generally never use the audio track, and that's because it's it would be you narrating the video throughout the entire thing. This isn't that particularly useful, I find. So I'm going to go here to these audio notes. Now, if I want to add in an audio note, I just let the video play to the point where I add an audio note, and I might say stop, and I might now just click the little microphone button, and when I do, it'll just ask permission for my microphone. I'm not going to do it now because I think it's going to interfere with the video cast. But then you can just leave an audio comment, and the video will stop at that point, and it will be your voice over the audio. So that's a really handy thing to have. And then finally, you get to the question segment here. And now you just go to a point in the video where you want a question. And I might say something about, you know, I can use an open-ended question like this and say, or sorry, an open-ended question like, what type of plugs are those? Which the answer would probably be like 3-prong plugs or something. But I just click save and then continue. And then I go here and continue. So it keeps going. And then I find another part. And I can say, now I have another question in here. And I can ask maybe a multiple choice question. What kind of sander is he using right now? And I'm going to say maybe his correct answer is it's a belt sander, maybe a radial sander, or is it a hand sander? Now, a quick tip while you're doing this here. When you're making your multiple choice questions, all you have to do is just make sure that whatever the correct answer is, just put it as the first one with the check mark by it. You can actually make it be so that there are multiple answers. So if you want it to be, oh, it's both a hand sander and a belt sander, I could click the check here and those two answers would be correct. But otherwise, if you just want the one answer to be correct, just put it in the top and then put your other answers in. You don't have to worry about randomizing which one is which. It will randomize the answers for you. Or the way in which they appear on the screen. So student 1 may get belt sander, radial sander, hand sander in that order, and then student 2 might get radial sander, belt sander, hand sander. The right answer is belt sander, but its placement on the multiple choice will be varied for you. So then you just click save and then continue, and you keep going here. So one other thing that you can do on here, if you want to add in a question, is you can also, it's not really a question, but if you just want to put in something to like point out about the video, is this, you know, like put in a comment that says, keep the blinds open so they don't get dust on them. And that will just be a little comment that will pop up in the video. It's kind of like a little note to students. So you can have voice narrations, you can have open-ended questions, you can have multiple choice questions, and you can just have little written notes that appear in the video. And so when you're all done, you can save and come back to it later, or you can just click finish. And then it's going to ask you a couple of things here. Which class do you want to assign it to? And so the first time you do this, you're going to have to create a class, and you can just create a sample class. And then the second thing is you've got a couple of options here. You can assign a due date, and you can also prevent skipping. This is one of the really handy features. So when students are watching the video, they may just scrub through and go through the questions automatically without watching the video. So one of the things you can do is select this prevent skipping, and it won't allow them to just scrub through a video. Now, if they watch something and they want to go back and kind of rewatch it to make sure they get the answer, it does have a nice little feature that allows you to go back 30 seconds in the video if you miss something. And so it allows them to go back, but it doesn't allow them to skip forward in the video if they want. So I'm just going to assign this to like my sample class here, and then I can click send, and then I'm all done. And that's a new video that I have there, refinishing hard floors. And so if I want to watch it as a student, here's what it looks like. There's my question 1. I had the prevent skipping, so I can't jump to it. Question 2 and question 3. So what your goal is to do now is to create 2 of your own EdPuzzle videos. You need to create a video, make sure that they are educationally themed with something that you might teach. But start by just going to the search, finding your video. Once you select your video, then you can add in those questions. And if you have anything that you need to review, please just back up in this video and look it over. And that is all for today.